Now, the weird thing about Pompeii is anytime they bring it up, they typically show the one mummified little baby or kid, right? So we're there for a couple of hours, and like I said, the whole time I'm there, I'm amazed. And as you start to funnel out and go through the exit, that's where they have some of the bodies that a lot of us have just seen in pictures, including that kid. And it's weird, and in spite of having seen that picture as long as I've been alive, to actually see this kid, man, and you stand there, and it's real solemn, and it just hits you, right? The humanity of what happened, it really weighs on you. And it's one of the last things you see. And then you push open these doors, and you're officially out of Pompeii. So you leave with this kind of heavy heart, even though this kid's been dead for 2,000 years, whatever it is. And you push open these doors, and everyone's just real quiet. Everyone's kind of in the same mindset. And it's like walking into Pike Place Market, except everything there is in the shape of a penis, and people are yelling at you.
Now I want to go.
So what's the thing? Like, you're looking at this, and like I said, your heart just gets heavy. Like, wow, man. And we open the store, like, hey, you want to buy a penis? But that fast, like as soon as you open the door, and I'm not kidding, man. Everything.
Why is it so phallic?
So
is it historically significant in some way?
Because Pompeii, I guess, and I did not know this, but Pompeii was a big trading place, right? So all these different cultures would show up there, but one thing that's never changed, the guys want to get laid. So it was known for its brothels, and the way they did it, they had these sidewalks, and you still see them clear as day. Tour guy goes, if you look down on the sidewalk, if it looks like a penis, don't giggle, it's a penis. But all the penises are facing slightly different directions because it pointed people to where the brothels are.
All right.
And then when you get to the brothel, there's a few that are still standing. A lot of the paint has peeled, obviously, but there was like a very large woman with red hair, skinny black chick, right? But it's painted on the wall. And they said, okay, these paintings, that is what they offered. So you'd walk in, you point. So if you want the big redhead, they have like 8. Right? And these guys are going, because that's what you want. And all the different brothels offered different types of women. A couple offered dudes. So, like, if you're into that, they would show, like, two guys getting it on. They're like, okay. So you just went in, you pointed. That's how it worked. But everywhere you looked were penises, all right?
Were they all the same color on the ground?
Were the penises?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if you just etched into the sidewalk.
Oh, gotcha.
Right, so they're all gray. It wasn't like a big black one and a tiny, it was...
not the yellow brick road? But...
Yeah, not the yellow brick road, right? But there's penises everywhere. So that became the thing. So when you leave there, anything that can be made into the shape of a penis, they're trying to sell you. And, of course, it's the keychains. It's all this kind of crap. So now, if you go to Italy, you'll see a chili pepper everywhere. And basically what happened was... when the Catholic Church took over Italy, they said, you got to stop the penis stuff. Like, this can't be your symbol.
Enough of the penis.
It was their symbol, all right? And everybody was cool with it. Yeah, and Catholics, known for being fun, they were like, hey, man, you got to stop with the penis thing. They said, you know what? Our bad. You're right. So that's why they switched it to the chili pepper. But the chili pepper, everyone in Italy apparently knows this, just represents a D.
Okay.
That was their way of kind of getting
Jamaica's huge on
the penis. But we know. But here's the difference.
That's a Renneros thing, though.
It's the Renneros thing because you got these big Jamaican brothers down there just with massive hogs. So I mean, they're kind of selling what they got. You know what I mean? It was definitely more of a. What do you want to say? It was a retail thing in Pompeii. Like, you are here to get laid. So there's penises everywhere. And they celebrate. I mean, you could not go anywhere without penises. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, man. But you'd see little kids because they're begging their parents to buy them something that's in a penis shape. And the parents finally relent. So it's like a 6-year-old kid holding a penis salt shaker. I'm just like, yeah, but that's the only thing you can buy. If it's not the shape of a penis, they're not selling it.
And I get it why people don't want to. But the history, not just all over the world, here in the States, like the history that brothels play a part is massive.
It is huge.
And some of even the areas you'd go to now in major cities that you think of as like bar districts.
Oh,
it's like,
yeah.
That's where the brothels
Yeah,
were.
it used to be a brothel.
Yep.
Wasn't that place in Stanwood, was that a brothel or...
Yes. I believe that hotel at one point did have upstairs that had rooms. And what I've heard is that there was ladies of the night up there.
Okay.
Oh, Mike.
Damn it!
Well, hey, I mean, that's a classic term.
Yeah, lady of the night. So
But that's like...
Not when it's your wife, though.
Well, you ever seen Unforgiven, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's the whole thing, is that hotel has billiards upstairs. And it's like, man, he doesn't even have a billiard table up there.
Mm-hmm. Of course. Hello, Eric. Welcome to the men's room.
Boo, bitches!
Boo!
All right, my favorite, I've kind of been going back and forth since I said it, but my original one that I said when I was speaking to the person on the phone was Bora Bora for our honeymoon, which is pretty awesome. But I think I'm going to change it, and I'm going to go with our safari in South Africa. That was pretty epic.
Did you get to see all the animals?
Got to see the big five and more.
So what? Lion, elephant, giraffe, hippo, rhino? Are those the big five?
Good question. I know I saw zebras, I saw giraffes, I saw baboons, I saw all the things that was advertised. So to speak. Leopards. I think leopards are one. Rhinos are definitely one. Giraffes, elephants. I think that pretty well covers it. Right. Lions, whatever.
How long was your safari? Was it a week, 10 days?
It was a week. By about the end of it, we were. I mean, you're pretty animaled out by the end of it. You've seen everything and more. And the difficulty sometimes in the safaris of what we learned is that you have people coming in at different times throughout the safari. So these people that are new coming into your tour group, they are like, oh man, there's all these different animals that you see, hundreds of them throughout the entire tour. So you're having to kind of adjust and change with the tour guide throughout it. So by about day 7, we were done with it, but it was still an epic experience.
Yeah.
What was the most concerning thing to you?
Well, we stayed in the private game reserve, so it's one of the locations in one of the game reserves there is the one that Richard Branson has. We didn't stay there; we stayed at a different one. But there's no roofs, no anything on these cars. It's just yourself, the tracker, the driver, and they have a gun in case they need to use it. And it's just, I mean, you're 3 feet away from a leopard that's sitting in a tree. It's just, I mean, they could do anything and everything at any time. It was crazy.
I saw a pride of about 50 or 60 lions walk by, and I mean, it was just, I couldn't believe they were all together. It was one of the most bizarre things I've ever seen in my life. It was just.
But are you just standing there? Or you want to just open air?
Just looking at it, like, oh God, man.
How far away are they?
A couple 100 yards, maybe 100 yards. Far enough.
Far enough.
Far enough.
I mean, do they even glance in your direction or?
No, they're doing their own thing. Typically, you get up so early. It's like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. They've been eating all night.
All right.
So the last thing you have to worry about is them being in attack mode because now they're just trying to find a place to lay down and go to bed all day.
Sure.
And then they rinse, repeat. So they're up all night doing their thing. And then during the day, they're already pretty well fed. Hyenas are eating their leftovers.
Of course.
So everybody else is scrapping for what was left of whatever was killed the night before.
You hear these things at night?
The food, oh God. Oh my God.
It's got to be incredibly loud.
The hippos two hippos were fighting in a lake beside where I was sleeping.
Mike, can we Google what an angry hippo sounds like? I don't know what the sound.
It was loud, and I didn't know what it was because it's dark. I didn't know, so I didn't know what it was until
you don't want to go outside and look.
Well, I didn't know where it was coming from, and I couldn't see that far down. It's not like they have lights on a lake. And then I just asked the guy. I was like, "What in the hell was screaming last night?" He's like, just 2 hippos fighting in the lake. And I was like, "Really?" Because that woke me up out of a dead sleep. Like, man, what is that out there right now?
Yeah, that's like I said. I read one woman's journal. I think she only did like a 3-day safari or whatever, but they did a walking safari. So she's nervous the whole time. But she's like, man, they're like, get sleep at night. And she's like, I couldn't because I just hear animals killing each other.
Yeah,
I mean, like you hear roars, you hear the scuffle. One of the animals screams. Is that what you're hearing?
It was more of a roar.
Wait for it.
Whatever they want to do, I don't care. Don't mess with those things. I did see.
Like hearing animals.
See, man.
Hearing animals.
Are you getting a good night's sleep?
That's what I'm saying. Hearing animals that you don't hear. Like, I'm sure the guys are like, oh, don't sweat, it's hippos. Yeah. But it is alarming.
Well, those hippos, there was hippos all over the side of the riverbank in Zambia. And when your boat would go by, man, they would jump in, and you don't know how fast these guys can swim. That guy was gunning it. He was like, hey, hold on. And, I mean, all the other boats were tearing off, too. So they're all kind of in communication with each other as far as the different captains. Like, stay away from these guys. They're acting a little hot,
I mean, they're hippos.
And then, but not only that, but all the freshwater crocodiles. So, all of these things can breach out of the water into a boat. That's not going to be the most difficult thing they've ever done. And they're everywhere. So you're just in this boat like, all right, at any moment, man, this bad stuff could happen.
Hey, man, we go back to one story. You told me about this. 3 guys are kayaking, right? They're an individual kayak. One of them is the guide. The other 2 have paid for this guide's service, and they are like in these back unmapped rivers somewhere in Africa.
Yeah.
And so the guide's up front, and these 2 dudes watching a crocodile jump out of the water, take this guy out of the kayak and disappear.
I'm not sure if that was. I'm not sure if
that
was an REI tour guide out of Seattle or
it had something to do with
or the people were from Seattle.
Yeah.
But they have.
Think about that.
Now the tour guide is gone.
That's what I'm saying.
And you've got to navigate down this river that you don't know where you're going. But
clearly there's crocodiles.
But you know what could potentially happen to you at any given moment.
Would not be good, man.